Zdravo braccio. Today, guess what we're doing today? You saw tier list. We're doing a Dragon Ball R tier list today. Yeah, we'll be just seeing how strong exactly everybody is, so you guys know if you wanna like use a certain character, but you don't know if they're like quote unquote good enough or something, or maybe you don't even know like how to use their kit. I'll explain it all here, and you'll see like who's good and who's not really. But to be honest, I'm just gonna say it straight up, like everybody in the game is usable at the very least. Like everybody has their own techs that they can use and combos that are good. Nobody here is going into like, I'm gonna hurl tier. Like this is just here to show like that nobody is truly garbage. So, but even if that is true, there's definitely some dudes who are gonna be stronger than others, and then some dudes who are like, I don't know, man. Well, I have to see. So, and I'll be, as you can see, I got this right here. We'll be testing them out in real time in the game. Fight some of these dummies, and see. Like, I'm just gonna explain what the moveset does if you do not know what a certain character does. So of course, first guy we have is base Goku, the starting character. Now this guy, I'm just gonna come out and say it. He's like really good, really, really, really good. Like there's I don't think there's really an argument you can make to say that he is anything below really good tier. Like there's no way you can put him in good. There's just way too much he's doing. So first move he has, of course, Kamehameha. It's a beam to use for poking. It can start off combos if you use instant transmission. While we're already talking about instant transmission, it's of course a really good move to just clear the get close and maybe get off M1s while someone is charging. Maybe they, don't expect you to use it, and then you can just get a free combo off. Kienzan, as you can see, it block breaks pretty easily. It does a lot of armor damage, and it's just a very powerful tool. If it contacts without the person like blocking, it will inflict bleed, which if you don't know, cancels out any blue HP gain, which is very important because blue HP is very important because it gradually recovers your HP. It works like Dragon Ball Fighters. And you can get a lot of blue HP to recover if, like, say you get hit by a raw V by accident, Base Goku also has, of course, the move shop move after image, which I'm rocking here, which is, of course, a counter. Or, even crazier, as you can see, you can use it even if the enemy actually doesn't hit you with it. Although if you're facing a real player and it doesn't land, I will have to say, I mean, it is pretty easy. If you have like a V that has super armor, you can just quite easily, use it when the kick is about to happen, and then that's definitely not good. But it's still a very good shop move that I do use, because counters are really scarce in this game and they're pretty good. The next move after image is Spirit Shot, which is, the base move you have without going into the art shop and buying after image. I mean, Spirit Shot, it's pretty good. It guard breaks on impact and when you're, of course, blocking or have armor. And it does okay damage, but its range is definitely pretty good. I'm pretty sure it was buffed at some point too. Next move, which is going to be very important, Twin Dragon Shot. Now this move is a very good tool in base Goku's kit. Why exactly? This is a very good tool. Just doing this and then using that as combo extender. As you can see, like, it can lead to a lot of damage. A Twin Dragon Shot is a very good move in that sense, as like a secondary combo extender. And then, of course, I mean, you can also use it for guard breaks and armor breaks. Dragon Throw, I mean, you guys know, it's just a good grab that goes through block, combo extends. Saiyan Soul, as you can see, just heals you and also gives you damage reduction. It's also pretty good. Then you have Meteor Combination for the last move, other than, you know, ult. It's definitely nice. Just a good rush move that can block break if you land it twice on a blocking enemy. So the move basically, you know, if this enemy was blocking, right, it would take out 50% of their block HP if I just ram through them. But what you can basically do then is, if you're using shift lock, you can just do this. Turn off shift lock, and then use your arrow keys to quickly do a roundabout. That's what we call roundabout tech. And it's definitely very situational, but if an enemy is blocking, and of course their block HP is above 50%, it's very easy to just, you know, break it like that. They don't really have enough time to jump out of the way or dash out of the way. Of course, you don't have to do that tech. I mean, you can basically just ram into them once and then do it like this, but definitely a lot more risky, especially because, of course, it has a lot of end lag. So, yeah. And then, for the last move, Genki, also a very situational move. I mean, okay, C isn't a situational move, but the way you use the tech it has is situational. But this move is actually pretty situational. Because, of course, you charge it up. It takes a while to charge up, you know. But the payoff is that you get a move that does, like, a lot of damage. And also gives you iframes, of course. And just has ridiculous range. Goes pretty quick, all things considered. It's a nice move to have in base Goku's arsenal, definitely. And that basically tops off his moveset. Now, what I would rate him? Yeah, the S tier. Because it's just, he has so much, like the Kamehameha used for poking out enemies, starting combos, instant transmission just being very good. The abundance of guard break potential he has with Kanzan, Spirit Shot, Meteor Combination, Twin Dragon Shot. And then, of course, his block bypasser, combo extender. Really good character, just all around, pretty easy to use for new players. Very strong for skilled players. He's just, yeah, he's just that good, bro. He's that strong. Now, Super Saiyan. I can tell you that it has a lot of oomph to it. It also has a lot of tech, for the most part. It all boils down to HZ, this move, Shining Key Dama. Because it's a move that you can track freely whenever you want. Or also have it lock onto the enemy. So as you can see, I'm locked onto the enemy, right? And what you want to do is use HZ, lock off, lock on to the, and basically this way you can just, like, you know, abuse the fact it lasts for a really long time. And then, maybe when they're stunned or trying to figure out if you're gonna lock it back onto them or lock it off them, you can go for like a raw rush, maybe for a, you know, super ki, maybe get off a guard break if they're blocking. Like, that's generally how you will use it to land that move effectively as a pro. Now, I'm not really suspecting a lot of players to know how to do that, but for the pro players, I mean, that's how you know, use it effectively like that. Now, onto the other moves of this character. Super Kamehameha, it's basically like Kamehameha. You can combo start with it if you try, you know, and then into instant transmission. But one difference is that it, of course, doesn't actually combo extend like Kamehameha does. Like, you can see here, like, the bot has time to actually make a move, like M1 or block, and yeah. But you can still, of course, combo extend with it. Yeah, like that, like so. Next move, wrist breaking counter. It does what you think it would do, you know? It just counters and puts you both of you back in neutral. Another important thing it does actually is it it gives your enemy a debuff of minus 25% damage, I think is the exact value. I mean, it can definitely be useful. Like, if you get hit by a raw V the second you pop it, like just now, I mean, yeah, it's definitely good. Next move, C, it's a combo extender. Yeah, that's basically about it. Nothing really interesting about it else. The only real move you can't land a rush after it, but basically you just have to use them once. But other than that, nothing else about the move. It's just a good combo extender. Now for Blast Fist. Blast Fist, it's a rush that also inflicts bleed and also, of course, breaks block. And also does some decent armor damage. You know, it's pretty good. You can't land it off Miracle Blow. You used to be able to do it, but now it isn't true anymore. Which I feel like is for the best, since it also inflicts bleed. I mean, that's kinda OP. That's already kinda, you know, very strong. Considering Goku also has, of course, HZ in his kit. Pretty strong, overall. Now, we also have Super Ki. So what Super Ki does, it's basically like just a good block breaking tool that you can easily just lock on to the enemy with M2 pretty easily. You can get off a guard break, an easy guard break, if your enemy likes blocking a lot. I mean, you just use it raw and, like, yeah, you can also, of course, stop it. To stop people from using some ranged moves and crap. It's very good for that, too. Now, what the G does, yeah, it just heals you, gives you some ki, and, of course, buffs. I'm not sure what exact buffs they give. Bro, I'm not sure what exactly it gives. It's probably just, like, defense, ki, well, yeah, ki, defense, attack, and yeah, that's basically pretty much it. Now, another aspect of Super Saiyan that you should keep in mind is that it always gives this 2.5 ki drain per second. How impactful that exactly is? Not really if you're going for M1s, you can just kind of maintain your ki. So, not really. I haven't found it to be much of an issue, but it's definitely there if, you know, you're worried about it. And of course, another thing, the Super Saiyan passive, the Rage passive, which gives you 100% ki regen speed when you're below 50% HP. Definitely also a good thing to have to combat the, you know, ki drain. Because as you can see, I'm below 50% HP, and even though I should be losing HP, I'm not, because, you know, I'm below 50% and it overrides the 2.5% ki drain that Super Saiyan usually does have. Of course, the last move, we can't just, you know, not cover it. It's V. You know, it's a rush, just classic stand old rush. Does a lot of damage, of course, guard breaks, and it's very cinematic, bro. It's very cool, so hey, that's basically all you have to say for it. Now, for the actual ranking of Super Saiyan Goku, I'm gonna have to say that he's really good. Like a solid, really good. Like, he's not on the edge of good or peak. Like, he's just really good. His HZ move, very good for, you know, confusing opponents if you're actually good at the game and you know how to use it. I don't, because I don't use them that much, but it's definitely a very strong tool. Of course, Super Ki is a nice poking tool, as always. Super Kamehameha is nice. Instant Transmission is a very good move. And overall, he's just a very solid character that can be good in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, But if you give it to like a new player, they're definitely gonna have like issues, especially because they will probably just use HZ the only locked on or off. They won't like switch between the two. And even if they do, I mean, they probably won't know how to use it to its fullest potential. Next up on the list, we got Vegeta. Base Vegeta. First move, we got Gallic Gun. I mean, it's basically just Kamehameha. It's a nice poking tool and does okay damage. It can, of course, combo extend if you go, you know, Z into M1s. Not sure if I said that for Kamehameha, but I mean, you should probably know that if you've used... if you're a decent player. Next up, Ki Blast Barrage. This move, it's definitely very good, but here's the problem. So if I made this video like a week ago, I would say that it's a very annoying move. Like, it can definitely, like, you can just spam this, and there's not much the enemy can do if they have no counter, or, you know, just they can be pretty helpless. Like, you just use this after a combo and there's not much they can do. They're kind of just a sitting duck. Unless they, of course, like, the only real thing they can do is just block and then block vanish or counter it. But here's the thing with Ki Blast Barrage now, after the recent, like, almost update, which made it so that if you go Surge mode, it basically can deflect any, like, normal Ki Blast attacks. So Ki Blast Barrage, Goku's HZ, Super Saiyan Goku's HZ, you know, the Ki Dama, Piccolo's Heat Dome attack, which fires out the blasts one by one. It counters all that. So you, basically, if you just block, it deflects it. It just boom, 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 boom. It doesn't do any damage to your block, which is pretty good for characters that maybe don't have counters, or if you just block a lot. But of course, if you don't have Surge up, I mean, it's still a very annoying tool that Vegetas have. They can just spam from any range. And also another important addition that Ki Blasts have. So sometimes, of course, they can just... Oh, you saw that certain Surge. I basically just deflected that HC, right? But if you're above an enemy, as you can see, like, you saw some Ki Blasts go around him, right? That's basically what they can do. This Yeti Go... They basically circle around the enemy. Now, I don't know how rare it is, how intense it is sometimes. Sometimes it'll just circle around the enemy for like 10 decades. Why is this person attacking me? That's basically all for Ki Blasts. Now, next move, Dirty Fireworks. It's a rush. It doesn't break armor, though. It doesn't break block instantly, but it does do some damage to block. Pretty nice damage, I have to say. Now, you can definitely use it again after, like, maybe Z if you feel like it. It's pretty alright. It's a pretty alright move. Alright, so, yeah, HX, that's also pretty good move. It's a counter, as you saw. It can really suck, though, if, like, you're, you know, using it, and then it just... Oh! Yeah, HX. It's a counter, man. What else do you want me to say, man? It's a counter. It should be self-explanatory. It just counters. It just counters your fuck-ass enemy. So, yeah, also, Deadly Knee Drop also, block breaks. It breaks block instantly if it lands. But what I wanted to say about it is that you can easily just, you know, avoid it if you, like, bait it with a key move. Then you can just basically evade it with, like, dashes. And then it, of course, has some decent end lag to it. So you can just, you know, evade and start a combo. Next move, Shine Shot. I mean, Shine Shot, it's pretty... Like, there is two variants of the move. One where you just, you know, press the move and it does hits attack. But nobody really uses that variant because it sucks. Like, okay, it doesn't suck, but the one where you press C twice, it's the one where it actually homes in. And the one that actually also ignores block. I'm pretty sure that the first one doesn't even ignore block. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they just made the second variant 10 times better than the first one, which is this one. But, yeah, I digress. Trader grab. It's an R-shot move, but if you don't have it, it'll basically give you final crash. Or as we like to call it, final trash because of how garbage it is. I would say that Trader Grab is definitely a better move than Final Crash. What Final Crash basically does, it's like a move you can charge up to the max, and then it just fires out this huge beam that does a lot of damage. Now, the problem with it is, of course, if you're charging it up, it's pretty easy to armor break it. Like, very easy to armor break it if you have any move that does a lot of damage to armor. Like, say, Shine Shot, the variant of it. But, I mean, after the buff they gave it, which basically repels enemies in a short radius after, you know, firing it. So basically, you'll let go of the key, it does that little burst that makes the enemy knock back, and then you can, of course, land it. But, I mean, it doesn't really help it a lot, since some people already just, you know, use their ranged guard breaks to armor break it. But hey, I mean, it's definitely a good last-ditch move. Now, what HC does is, if you land it raw, it can basically combo start, as you saw. But if you land it in a combo, it doesn't combo start. It just combo ends. There isn't really a need to use it mid-combo, but that is the use of it. Using it when your enemy is blocking. That's what you want to do when so when an enemy is blocking, you're doing an M1 string. Usually what people do is just they go for Q when the enemy is blocking. But that doesn't really, I mean, it still keeps you in priority. You can still go for M1 so they can't go for shit. But it's definitely better to go for Trader Grab, because it basically has the same function again as Q, except of course it goes through block. So it'll get you the combo if they don't, you know, do any countermeasures like countering or, yeah, just dashing backwards. It's definitely a very good move for people who go for a lot of M1s and crap. As you can see, I was mashing X right there, but this isn't true, because, of course, I landed it in a combo. Q, I mean, you'll already see, like, it's a combo extender. That's basically all it's used for, just combo extending. And then G, it's also another move that you can charge up. The more you charge it up, the more buffs it gives you, the more HP and ki it gives you. That's pretty much it. Another cool aspect it actually does have is that you can use it as an evasive, which I'm pretty sure it's the only evasive in the game right now, actually. So that's pretty unique for it. And then the V. As you can see, I wouldn't really rate this V that high. Like, if we made a tier list for all the Vs in the game, this one would be like the bottom. Because this thing, I'm not even sure if it's gonna kill here. Yeah, no, it didn't. I'm level 99 fighting a level 20 dummy, and it did not, like, do you see, bro? It didn't do anything. Like, this move's, like, look, C did more damage, like, what? I'm not sure why this move exists. Like, it's just, it has very short range, and, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. It used to do a lot, but that was when you could mix it up, use HX into V. That was a true combo before, just like how, whatchamacallit, wrist-breaking counter was a combo starter. You could actually land HX Deadly Knee drop into Galaxy Breaker, which was busted. Especially because it did so much damage back then. But right now, like, we can give it back that damage. Like, I don't know why they nerfed its damage again, bro. Because it's just, like, there's no need to do it. Of course, maybe you can be quirky, you can go for like M1, M1, oh, a tiny backdash into V. Maybe they block and, you know, you can land it, but I don't think it's really, it doesn't really have a good payoff with the damage. I would just try to guard break them with like Shine Shot variant or something. Go for HC, get that combo off. Now, let's of course rate him. I would say that he's really good. Because it's just, his kit has a lot going for it. Even his kit has a lot. Bro, like, what the f? Alright, so as the cutscene plays, let's rate him. So, really good. HZ is a very good move. The surge mechanic kind of dumbed it down a bit, but to be fair, every character got dumbed down because of it, except Gohan, because he doesn't have a Ki Blast that I think can be... Yeah, no, he doesn't have a Ki Blast move in his kit that can be disrupted by Surge. But everybody else does. I mean, yeah, Z, good poking tool, of course. HX is a pretty good counter. Definitely not the best, but it's still a counter, so you can take that easily. The only real thing that is ass in his kit is, of course, the V. Q is a good combo extender. G is an evasive, the one and only right now, I believe, so that's also very good. Just a solid character, overall. Pretty good. Now, we'll get into Super Vegeta. Maximum Flasher. It's a beam attack, of course, just like every Z, basically. I'm pretty sure it can combo extend. I'm actually not sure. I really haven't used it a lot as a combo extender, so I'm not really familiar if it actually combo extends. You would think it doesn't because of Super Kamehameha not being a combo extender, but I don't know. I mean, you can just see it for yourself, right? Then we have HZ. Same thing as Base Vegeta, he has it reused. Pretty good move, yeah, we already talked about it, so... It has the same tech bullshit. Next move. Final Gallic Cannon. Now this move is pretty nice. This move is pretty nice and dandy, if I do say so myself. Because what it basically does, it has armor of its own, right? But then, if your enemy hits you, while you're in the startup, it immediately skips its wind-up and just punches them and deals that damage. That's what I really find good about that move. So basically, if you're going for M1 trades, and your enemy is like, oh, I'm gonna M1 you, nope! And you just punch him in the gut, and it does a decent amount of damage. I don't really recommend using it against, like, armor. Like, I wouldn't go for it right there against that evasive, especially that move, that G. But hey, I mean, it's there if you want to use it for armor breaking too. Like, as you can see, it's just not that good. Like, yeah, don't try it for armor breaking. But the next move is definitely a move you should try for armor breaking. Big Bang Attack. It has some decent startup, but if you can land it on, you know, armor, it's just devastating. If your enemy is going for a G or just like a projectile right there, it basically negates the Ki Blast and it just blasts through. Although, of course, if you're facing a Goku, it can be very risky to go for it just like that, because, of course, instant transmission into M1s. But overall, I don't really get caught that much going for it. It's just a nice move in your kit. Although pros don't really use it raw that much, but... if someone does try to go for an armor move, and you can easily just use it, fire it, you know, it has a lot of range too. Next move, C. Close range move, and it does a bunch of damage. That's basically all it's used for. Just combo ending and doing a shit ton of damage. Like, when I say shit ton, I mean a shit ton. Like, people were straight up saying that it does more damage than the V. Like, that's how much damage it seems to do. Next move, Spur Breaking Cannon. Also just a combo, you know. Am I really stuck? So that's basically just Spear Breaking Cannon. It's actually just, you know, a combo ender, just like C. Not really much else you can do with it. And of course V, there's actually a very unique aspect to this V. Let's get into it. So, of course, if you just use it like simple, it works like every rush. You just fly to the opponent, and then if it lands, it lands. And that's the unique aspect of V, that single ki blast. Because if you actually land that ki blast, it works just the same as landing the actual rush. It, you know, starts the cutscene. And it does the same amount of damage as normally you're not landing V. Boom! See? Yeah, so I missed the initial rush, but the ki blast hit. And of course it just, you know, does the cutscene. Now for his actual G and Q, the Q, it's very unique. So as you can see, it has like that one type of variant where you can go for it only once. So I had someone also comment on my recent video for the ranked matches asking like how you do this second kick. This, which also lets you combo extend with the actual Q for the most damage. So that's basically, you just click it twice and it does that second, you know, input. You basically, I don't know, I haven't found a real use to use the only the first input, the actual DP input of the move. I mean, it kind of just looks flashy, like, oh, I'm doing like a fighter's combo, you know, but not really a different use that I found for that. But of course, another good aspect about this move is, of course, that it has, like, you can go for it when, yeah, when an enemy is going for M1s on you, and then you can just DP them. Like, I don't have to explain what a DP is. You probably know what it means. Just, let me just show it off for the actual dumbasses. Like, boom. He went for M1s. I used it in the middle of his M1s. And I just got a combo off of it, you know? And then now we have his G. Oh boy, his G, man. let me just use it for you. Of course, he also has the same debuffs and buffs as Goku, by the way. Yeah, watch. 50% damage, right? But 35% damage intake, which means, as you can see, like, the damage I'm taking is increased significantly. Like, it's actually insane how much damage you take in this mode. But you know what's crazier is how much damage you can deal in it. Because, like, bro, you're about to see this guy's HP. Like, you can see it, bro. I'm doing all this in one combo. Like, this move is crazy when you just pair it with, like, rushes and crap. The amount of damage you do is actually uncanny. So now for the actual ranking of this transformation. Super Saiyan, huh? I'm gonna put it in good. But, like, high tier good. It has its stuff, right? HZ, X being, you know, like, you can use it as a thing to punish people who go for M1s while you're blocking. But you also have, like, Q to deal with that and get a lot more payoff with just combo starting. It has 2 rush moves for some reason, and then, I mean, HX is good for breaking armor, and then V is kind of just like, the extra portion of it doesn't really matter, like, too much with the ki blast. And then his G is, of course, kind of like meh. So, that's why I'm putting him in good. And another problem with him, of course, the big one, that he has 2 rushes. Why does he have 2 rushes? I have no clue. And the best thing that I could actually compare that to is this fucking Dokkan card for that released for the 10th anniversary. Like, let me just like look at it, right? For 3 turns from the character's entry turn, guards all attacks. And then you go down a bit further, as the second or third attacker in the turn, guards all attacks. He essentially has double guard for no reason. Why does this MF have 2 rushes? I don't know. But hey, maybe I'm just stupid. But for me, he's going in good. My goat. My goat. We're on to my goat. Gohan. So Gohan, right? Let's get into him. And also, just for a disclaimer, in this tier list, you can see I'm right with Power Awakened over here and in base. To be honest, like, I don't know why they made, like, the person who made this tier list, actually, Mino, yeah. I don't know why he, like, separated these two as two different forms. Like, of course, Power Awakened is Gohan's, like, a Gohan form that he actually has. But, like, in the game, as you can see, like, it's not a transformation, it's his G. Which, like, I mean, you could definitely make the argument, because to actually use this G to its fullest potential, see that joke I made, you actually have to fully charge it. And that's very, like, situational, of course, in a fight. Just like with Vegeta, base Vegeta's G, you don't really get off that thing to its max, against an actual good player most of the time. But hey, I mean, I'm just gonna rank him like a character that has his G. You know, like, you can use it whenever you want, you know, just, and get it to its max. So, I mean, like, that's not the right way to describe it. Of course, you can't do that, but for simplicity, I'm just gonna rank him like, you know, one character. Because I'm just gonna straight up say it, like, if we were to compare these two forms, like, this one would be here, and then this one would be, like, in between these two. Really, really. Like, that would be the gap between them. So I'll just use this picture here, like, as Gohan. So let's get into Gohan. Masenko. It's a, like, Kamehameha, you know, Gallic Gun. You can just do this, bam, bam, bam. You get the idea. His next move. HZ. Ultimate Travail. This move is pretty good. So what you can do with it is go for M1s. Masenko into this. And then just HZ in the middle of your M1s. That's a true combo right there. But you can also go for M1s into Z into another Travail. And that's untrue. But what you can get off there is a guard break. Because it actually breaks block. So that's pretty decent right there. If you just go M1, 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 there, and then just HZ like that. Yeah, yeah. You get the idea. Let's get into his other move. Now this is where he gets spicy. These moves. So you got Jet Uppercut. This is a DP. Just like Vegeta, Super Vegeta's Q. And not only that, but it can of course also be used as a combo extender. Just like, it's very similar. It's basically like a mix of Miracle Blow and Vegeta's G. That's basically what it is. So that's very nice that he has that. Because you can just use it like defensively, but of course also just offensively like that, as you can see. Now you'll have Explosive Onslaught. Sadly, this before you could actually land this. Okay, yeah, cool. You can land Jet Uppercut into HX, but not anymore. Just a rush, you get off some damage. Not really any way you can get it off as a true combo, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's not, unless you just guard break, but like, that's not a combo. Next move. This is Gohan's best move right here. Machine gun punches. If you're a Gohan main like me, you gotta know how to use this move. So, basically, this move works just like Trader Grab. If you land it raw, it combo starts. If you use it in a combo, it just knocks back. It doesn't, you know, actually start the combo. What's interesting about it, though, is like, you can use this move in the air and on ground pretty nicely. It does have a lot of end lag, though, but the way you can mix up opponents when they're blocking with this move, it's kind of insane. Like, I can't showcase it really that well against the bot, but if you want to see some good gameplay with this move, like, just check out my, you know, ranked video. You'll see me, like, use it. Like, just M1 resets. Like, that's how you want to use it. Next move, Ultimate Back Attack. This one's pretty tricky. So basically you can block it. It's a very fast move, but you can easily block it and get a combo off. because if you block it, it just has insane end lag, and yeah, you can easily just get a combo. Of course, bots won't really use it to their advantage like that, but yeah. It can also be used as a counter, and of course, it can also just be used as like a move to stop, basically just a ranged move to stop some, you know, ranged attacks. Like if your enemy is going for maybe Saiyan Soul or any other G, it does a lot of, you know, damage to armor, but it doesn't block break, so... And in fact, blocking is the way you counter it, so just be careful of that specifically. Next, Super Ki. I mean, this don't really have anything else to say for this move other than it is quite literally just used to stop like some ranged projectiles, maybe to do some quick damage to armor if you're maybe breaking Super Saiyan Vegeta's G. And I mean, that's basically it for Super Ki. Not really much else you can do with it. And then you also have the V. It's just a rush that does damage, you know, like, you know, Super Vegeta's V, you know, Super Saiyan Goku's V. You guys know it. Like, it just does Oonga Boonga damage, like, ooh, ah, yeah, you know. Here's where Gohan gets interesting, of course, and why I feel like he's separated into actual two factions, but two characters, I should say, but I'm just gonna do it for the simplicity of making him one character. That want the tier list, just for simplicity. But this definitely does make a big change in him. Potential Unleashed, bro. Like, these buffs aren't the only thing he gets. As you can see, he gets that, and then he gets enhanced M1, a machine gun punch speed, super enhanced ultimate back attack, and enhanced ultimate travail. And he also gets super Kamehameha now instead of Masenko. It basically functions the same, like, you know, the Super Kamehameha from Super Saiyan Goku's kit. It doesn't combo extend, but, you know, it does more damage and shit. Now for the other moves. Yeah, basically, enhanced M1 and machine gun punch speed. Is this fast enough for you guys? Like, you can see it. Like, it's very fast. His M1 speed is now actually ridiculous. Just watch. It's insane. As you can see, it's really insane. Enhanced M1, I mean, machine gun punches, like you can tell, it's really fast. It's just buffed to, like, the max. Just insane buff to machine gun punches, and that's why it's crucial that you know how to use it effectively, because of if you pop G, like, it's actually insane when you use it in M1 chains. You know, M1 reset chains, just insane. Genuinely crazy. Genuinely a crazy move when you pop Potential Unleashed. And then, of course, he also gets a super enhanced ultimate back attack. What do you mean by super enhanced? Well, just look at this. Yeah, is that fast enough? Is that fast enough, bro? Like, yeah, that's what it basically does. You can already tell it's pretty annoying. You basically just have to have insane reaction time to block it. And then enhanced ultimate travail. God damn it, I didn't time it. But basically what he does is he, like, steps back and then does it. Like, you can see, like, he goes backwards and then he actually goes for it, really, in a real quick fashion. I'm not sure how useful that going backwards can actually be. Like, the only real use I see it is if you're going for M1 into HZ. Because, like, if your enemy maybe tries to M1 back, like, of course it won't work in that situation. Like it would if you have the normal variant. Actually, would you even be able to... Not sure, yeah. I don't know why it necessarily does go like he goes back, repels himself back, and then forward. But it's definitely, I mean, just another thing that makes this mode very broken. Now, for his actual ranking. Well, I'll say he's really good. Yeah. My dilemma right now, I feel like I'll put him a bit behind base Vegeta. Why? Even though I love this character, it's like he just struggles so much in terms of armor breaking moves. That's what I'm talking about right now. Armor breaking moves. Like, he has HC. Like, if you pop G, he can definitely break armor quick. But his problem is that a lot of his moves just have a lot of end lag. So, outside of that potential unleashed mode. And the only way to break like, Super Vegeta's armor with G is to just go for your ult. Like, literally, that's the only way you can break it. So sometimes maybe it's just best you, like, don't even try to break it. Like, you just let him pop it, and then maybe you go for machine gun punches to land a combo, to start one, when he has that debuff going. But even then, it's like, really, like, you gotta resort to that. It's just, he has a lot of problems with breaking armor that I feel like I just can't ignore. And even though he has, like, that insane, oh, if you pop potential unleashed, it's like you do insane damage. And having that insane mix-up potential, it's just very, very difficult to actually utilize. Like, if you actually like, if an enemy lands a combo on you when you pop potential unleashed, then that's also problematic, because especially if their combos are long, it's just you're gonna lose your potential unleashed, and there's not much you can really do about it except maybe trying to pop it to try again, land your insane, like, mix-ups. But there's just way too many tools in the game right now. Like, the introduction of Block Vanish is, like, what I feel completely neutered Gohan's ability. Like, that he can just M1 reset like crazy and do all this insane shenanigans. Definitely didn't fully make him unusable, but it definitely hurt. It definitely did. And if I were to rank this guy by himself without potential unleashed, he would go below Super Saiyan Vegeta. Definitely. Like, it's definitely sad, but yeah. Our final character of the showcase of the tier list. That's a lie, because Goku Black is here, but I don't have him, so I'm just gonna show footage of him. So let's actually get into Piccolo, right? Makosen is just standard, you know, M1s and crap. You can extend it. It's just a beam, and yeah. That's basically what you'll use it for, right? You know, the same story again, blah, 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 blah. An important thing about Piccolo's M1s, though, they're slower than every other character's M1s. Like, as you can see, like, I'm just holding down M1, and you can see that they're a lot slower, so I don't know how impactful that actually is. I mean, you can definitely maybe just get cucked if you're not holding M1 and instead you're just, like, individually clicking. But then again, why would you ever do that? So, yeah. Next up, Homing Energy Blast. This move, it's pretty good for starting off combos. Just like with, you know, Gohan's machine gun punches. If it lands raw, you can land a combo off it. But if you use it in a combo, it'll just knock back. And, you know, you can't actually extend off it. Explosive Demon Wave. It's basically like an evasive, except it can be guard broken, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it does have armor. But you not really many times will you see you actually getting guard broken. It's getting, you know, armor broken. But it can definitely happen. Next up is Explosive Magic Hisen, which is basically just like Gohan's Rush, except I'm pretty sure you can... Actually, no, I'm pretty sure that there isn't a way of actually landing it true without doing some shenanigans, well, like using C. Yeah, you can definitely land it like a true, like in a true combo, but it's not like M1, 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 and then, oh, you can use it. Hellzone Grenade. There's two variants to this move. I'm pretty sure I already mentioned it. So, if you just press C, right? It fires all the, like, thingamajigs at once. And it also has very good armor break potential, and it also just guard breaks if all of them hit at once. But then you also have the other one, which can be used to start combos like this, and then maybe you super dash, and then as you can see, like you can use it as a combo starter, which is very nice, which is a pretty good aspect of it right there. Although that's kind of been neutered right now since the addition of the surge mode shit, where of course you can just, you know, deflect it with block. Regardless, it's still a very powerful move. And unique thing with it is if you get hit while you have it active, it actually they won't disappear like, say, HZ from Super Saiyan Goku does. But if you do get hit in the startup of it, like, you know, like firing out the blasts, they will actually disappear. And if you get hit in the second you actually use a Hellzone grenade, like try to fire it out, then it'll just be stopped. But you'll still be able to fire it instantly once you actually get out of stun. Next up, beam cannon. Just demonstration. Well, I mean, you definitely get what I was trying to do there. Just use it raw when you go for M1. And, like, that's basically the use that stupid people, like, not stupid, but new players will use it for. Just throw it out raw like it's nothing, man. And it truly is nothing, except just a move you throw out raw. Because for it to actually, like, do its insane damage, you have to go out of your way and charge it up fully. Might as well showcase the V. Yeah, this is the V. If you didn't know, shocker, it's just like every other V, except it works like meteor combination, and the run actually lasts 10 decades longer. It does its damage, it block breaks, it has armor. Yeah, that's basically it. Now, for Piccolo's actual Q and G, what G does is it just heals you damage reduction damage, right? But also moveset speed buff. What it does, it just, as you can see, speeds up your M1s, but also, as you can see, it also speeds up your special beam cannon charge rate. So if you're like fighting a raid boss like Goku or Goku Black, you basically just pop G, and then you go for charging a special beam cannon to get the full value out of it. As you can see, it's just charging up so much faster, and then you basically just fire it and guns blazing. Kaboom! Now for Piccolo's ranking, I'm gonna say that he's like above Gohan as a whole. Yeah, that's what I'll say for him. To be honest, he just has like every tool like Gohan, except he does it better because he has special beam cannon, the armor breaking move. Whenever you see someone go for, you know, like Sickle of Sorrow, you just use special beam cannon, and that thing actually just deals like 90% of the armor HP that thing has. Without charging it, by the way. It's actually insane. And then if you just pop G and then use it, it's like done for any armor move. Just gone. Out of there, bro. He has the HZ to mix up just like machine gun punches. He has the like pseudo evasive. It's not an evasive. You can't use it while you're in stun, but like you could definitely use it to get out of combos, you know. That's how you can use it. Just like DP with Gohan, you know, like the uppercut. And then of course his V is really good because it actually has armor, unlike Gohan's. And yeah, he basically just does most of what Gohan does, but better. I mean, yeah, there's not really many differences between them. That's why I'm kind of like comparing them right here. Except, of course, Piccolo has beam cannon, which is just the bullshit easy for armor breaks. And that's why I feel like he deserved the spot above Gohan. But not really Vegeta, base Vegeta. I feel like you could definitely argue him over base Vegeta, but Super Saiyan Goku, not really, because Super Saiyan Goku has Shining Ki Dama, which in the right hands is actually insane. An insane move, so that's where I'm gonna rank Piccolo. I feel like I'm pretty content with this placement. Alright, chat. So, for the actual review of Base and Rose Goku Black, I'm actually gonna use my own video here, my ranked video. You can go check it if you want. If you want to, like, see more gameplay of, like, everybody I actually rated here. Because I used every, like, form and shit. So if you want to see that, go check out this video if you want, if you already haven't. Even though I, already showcased, like, what moves do what in some regard. But I'll just use the footage here for Goku Black and what exactly he can do in Base and Rose, and that will rank him. So, of course, is Q. That's the first thing. It's just like Base Goku's. If it was even more annoying, it has bleed for 5 seconds. It was nerfed. It was like 10 seconds, I think, before, but now it's 5 seconds. Doesn't matter how much it was before, but it's been nerfed. But even then, it's like still very annoying. Because it's just a free combo extender that doesn't move your fucking enemy an inch. It just keeps them there, and it goes through block. It's very annoying. Genuinely a very annoying move right there. Of course, he has the black power ball right there. It does a bunch of damage to block HP, a bunch of damage to armor HP. It's a very annoying move in general. And then, of course, as you can see here, you can just follow it up with black Kamehameha, which also works like base Goku's Kamehameha, that type of shit. He also has the key move from his fingers, right? It basically functions like Kian-san, right? You can use it into M1 into Kian-san. That's the same thing you could do with this. M1 into those key blast things. It just breaks, shreds through guard and like armor if like all of them land. So that's a very good move to break armor, HP, and block HP. Of course, Goku Black, as you can see, he also has the actual instant transmission. Except I think it's slower than base Goku's and Super Saiyan Goku's. Like, yeah, you can see there's like a small, it's kind of slower, but it still does the job. It can still combo extend from Kamehameha. Then, of course, Goku Black's G. Yeah, he also has a G. I'm not sure what it exactly does, but it basically just gives him buffs. Doesn't matter. Now, Goku Black. Let's see what else this guy has. Yeah, the rush move. This is just, standard rush move. It does a lot of damage. It's like, yeah. And then yeah. That's his V. Telekinesis. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And it's actually a pretty interesting move because it doesn't work like, as you can see, he was like just standing there for a second, and it has armor. That's why I also armor broke it. But yeah, it basically puts up, the exclamation mark above your head, and it just, the way it works is if you're like, you aim it with your cursor, and then if it like, if your cursor lands on your enemy, then it basically just, hits them, right? And then it plays the cutscene and does a bunch of damage. I'm pretty sure that's how it works with the cursor, right? Yeah, I think so. It's pretty good. It's pretty fast. Like, I purely got lucky here, just throwing this shine shot out, and coincidentally, he went for V, and I just, guard break him. But if this landed, it would have done a bunch of damage, so... You could, of course, land this from long range. Pretty long range. Although it did get a range nerf in base Goku Black's recent patches, so there's that. I'm pretty sure that's all this character has. Pretty sure that's all that base Goku Black has. I mean, he's just a very dumb character like base Goku. Like, yeah, you can see, you can just combo extend with instant transmission right there. And of course, he also has that like kind of 2-kick move. Kind of works like Vegeta's Super Vegeta's Q, where you have 2 inputs. But of course, you're always gonna go for the second one. The first one, and I'm pretty sure that the second input, it kind of just like always locks onto the enemy that you're locked onto. Like it just goes straight for them. There's been many situations where I haven't really gotten to profit off of that, like being always locked on. Like where maybe I can use a DP, like if he misses the first hit. It's just very situational. Usually you'll just get hit by both hits, like I did here. Like that. Definitely does a decent amount of damage too, and then you can just use Black Kamehameha again. Just a very, like, annoying character. That's basically everything he has. I don't know how that counter missed too, but yeah. So I would have to say that he's up here with base Goku. Right here in peak tier. I mean, he just has a bunch of shit that counteracts all these really good characters over here. But at the same time, it's like base Goku, I feel like he's just easier to use and also has a lot more practical moves that you can rarely, just rarely get, like, you know, that you can punish, yeah. He just has a lot of moves that you can't punish. Like, the only move that you can really punish is, like, Spirit Shot or After Image. And then also, like, maybe if you use the second input of, like, your Twin Dragon Shot. But, like, pro players already don't go for that raw, so... yeah, very difficult. And then Goku Black, he just has some that you can, like, punish situationally, maybe. Like, V and crap. But, yeah. Very strong character. Now, Rose. I'm gonna use this icon as Rose right here. This is base Gohan. I mean, we already talked about, like, how this is Gohan. Just, yeah. So, I would say that Rose... Let's see here. Let's see what Rose does here. I'm pretty sure he goes Rose in this match. Yeah. I mean, he has Super Black Kamehameha, right? That's basically like Super Kamehameha. This move right here. This one. This is, like, you're about to see how annoying this move gets when we get into his Scythe mode. This, by its own, it's like Black Power Ball, you know? It just does a bunch of damage to block and armor. But, like, hey, you can block it, right? And you can maybe go for, you know, block Vanish and crap. He has instant transmission too, of course. And then, that's also another rush move he has. His, like, kind of, you know, that one ultimate move from Dragon Ball Legends. From, like, the old red Goku Black Rose. Yeah. It just does a bunch of damage and crap. That's all it really does. Rush move. Yada yada. And then he also has this move. Like, this close range. Why did I make this image extend for so long? But it, like, you can see it has it goes through block, which is very, very annoying. Like, if your enemy, like I did here, just blocks, you can easily get off all this damage right here. Like, look at the amount of damage it does. That's truly insane for, like, one move. Just crazy. He tries to go for it again right there. And for some reason, like, this move, like, I got lucky here because, like, you can see, like, it doesn't have any end lag. I don't know what kind of genius made it so this move goes through block, and then also doesn't have end lag. Like, almost any. Like, look at that. Like, this has to be crazy. Like, look at this. He, like, goes for, and then I like, that's the fastest I could have, you know, tried to punish him for it, but no, it just doesn't. Like, this is clearly just Goku Black bias, because if this was, like, Gohan, I would have 10 decades to react to, like, let's say, machine gun punches. Like, that shit has so much end lag, especially in base Gohan. Like, that's just what makes this character so busted beyond belief. I feel like he just has a bunch of shit that he just has for free simply because he's Goku Black and he's, you know, the secret character that's very difficult to get. Very difficult. Then why do I see retards always having him, man? Just using him. Then this is also his Q right here. Right now, this doesn't look like a problem, right? That combo isn't true, as you can see. So maybe like, hey, that isn't that bad, right? We'll get into that in a second. Yeah. This move, we'll get into it. We'll get into this fucking combo extender, man. He of course also has a counter. I'm pretty sure we'll see that soon enough. But he has the counter in base, which is just, you know, he like does the thing he did to Goku. He copied his instant transmission and fired that ki blast behind his back. I'm pretty sure that's every move in his kit, right? Maybe I'm missing one. Maybe I'm forgetting one. Maybe. Of course, he also has his V, which is basically just his rush move where he also uses his Keyblade. You know, it's just Divine Last, so, and it does a bunch of damage. That's basically all you need to know for it. And then we get into his Scythe mode. This thing. This is why Gohan is actually just like a very big problem right now in the meta, with how he can't break block unless you, I mean armor, like Super Vegeta's armor and this Goku Black's armor, because he has to use his V to break it. And even then, it's very like you have to time it perfectly. But of course, I mean, if your enemy goes for it in ranked when you're just dead, when you lose your first stock, I mean, it's basically just GG's. Because watch, like this is what happens. This is what happens right here. This is true, by the way. Look at my damage. Look at my HP. Look at my HP. Oh, I cut it out. Okay, but like this does, like you can already see from the M1s, this guy does an absurd amount of damage. Like even just that part right there, I promise you, this move does like 50%, 45%, 40% of your HP. And let's not even talk about when you use the G. When you use Goku Black's G in Scythe mode. Because of course he just had to have another, you know, G that gives him like buffs. It's actually insane. Like how busted he is in this mode. And this is basically what carries the character in Rose. Because if he didn't actually have this Scythe mode, I feel like I would just rate him like below Piccolo, and like maybe you could even argue him below Gohan. My, you know, like Gohan that's just mixed between like, you know, Power Awakened and not Power Awakened, I mean potential Unleashed, bro, and you get the idea. Like you can argue him below a bunch of people. But with the Scythe mode and the Q into V combo that he gets, the new Scythe ultimate, it's just like it does so much damage. But actually, like getting it off in a public match outside of ranked, like you first have to, you know, go Rose, then pull out the Scythe in time, and then of course use land them M1 and then go for Q and then into V. Okay, yeah, that's the G. This one. This. This shit, bro. This literally breaks your breaks your fucking guard. Ranged move that instantly breaks your guard. And also, you know, just does a bunch of armor damage and a bunch of damage in general. Has giant AoE. It's a pretty strong fucking move. But of course, I mean, I get lucky here. I just counter it, you know. Like, that's definitely a way you can just... That's why I don't really go that crazy for moves like that. Long-ranged moves that have a bunch of wind-up. Like, you can easily just counter it or go for, like, Super Ki with Gohan or Goku. It's not really that big of a problem, unless, of course, you go for a move that just locks you in place in stun, like for Super Vegeta's G or something. But, like, at that point, it's on you, so... It's still a very strong move, though, especially when you pair it up with the other move that is long-ranged, comes out relatively quicker than the, you know, the Scythe exclusive one, and does a bunch of damage to block and shit. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, you can't just block both of them at that point. You can't. And then, yeah, he just uses it again here, and then he goes for Super Kamehameha. Definitely just a very strong character, and I lose here because of this move. Yeah, look at how much damage it does. Because of the G2, like, look, literally, more than 50%. More than 50%. Actually insane character, just because of this Scythe mode. So if I were to rate it, it would definitely go right now, like, I feel like you could downplay it a lot. Just because, you know, you actually have to get Scythe mode. Like with Gohan, it's definitely a lot easier to get Power Awakened. Because it takes a lot less time, you know. But with Goku Blacks, it takes a lot more, you know. There's a lot more wind up, but at the same time, he definitely has a bunch of armor too on it. The only real dude who can effectively destroy it quickly is Piccolo. I'd say he can go above base Vegeta, but not above Super Saiyan Goku. Super Saiyan Goku is like the threshold to, he's like the gate to peak, or to like absolute top tier really good. But if you like are better than Super Saiyan Goku, like you're just in peak tier. Because like Super Saiyan Goku is like that character you can just get insane, like insane value out of if you're skilled at the game. That's I feel like. And that's what I feel like with this tier list. Mm. You can definitely argue Black, Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black above Vegeta or below him. I feel like I'll stay with this. Yeah, I feel like this is good because like, well, I mean base Vegeta. Like I definitely used base Vegeta in that match, and I kind of got mollywopped by Rose, but uh, we'll keep him above base Vegeta. But I'm sure, like, if I played a bit better there, like, I definitely could have beat him. Like, Rose is not unbeatable. Base Goku Black is just, like, you know, the killer. He, like, just straight up outright just kills people easily. But, yeah, I would say that's my tier list. As of, you know, um, as of the actual release of the game. Hmm. Definitely good. I mean, I'd say this tier list is good, right? Like, this isn't bad by any means. I'm not gonna get, like, hate comments like, kill yourself. No, no. Nah. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hey, not the usual content I do on this channel, but, you know, for Dragon Ball R, I'll make exceptions. The only time I think I'll make... Okay, so... Well, I could... I'm thinking about when I could do another tier list video, and it's like, I mean, already for the next update, like, I could do another one, but I definitely wouldn't make it as extensive as this, like, where I check out every character. So, like, in the next one, I would just check out all the new characters and then cover them extensively, but then only give, like, an overview of the characters I already, like, checked out in past tier lists. Unless they have major changes to them. That's the only exception I'll do. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's it for today's video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll catch you guys next time. Vediamo se braccio.